But suddenly, a look of panic appeared on her face as she thought, her aura has vanished. Just as she thought that, she saw Gu Changa climbing out of the hole. Bai Lianer hurriedly asked, "Did you kill her?" Both of them noticed the sword in Gu Changa's hand, with fresh blood still on it. Pang Lushan calmly said, "Don't be surprised. Even the most beautiful woman wouldn't receive mercy from him." "Then what's inside the well?" Gu Changa replied indifferently, "A mysterious portal." Then, Gu Changa walked over gently and grabbed the corner of Pang Lushan's clothes. He then gently wiped the blood off the sword with the corner of his clothes. This action left Lushan stunned, his eyes nearly popping out. Gu Changa continued, "Don't ask too many questions. When the time comes, I'll naturally tell you." Lushan angrily shouted, "Damn! You bastard!" Gu Changa chuckled and said, "Let's go, we're leaving." Jun Jiao has already seen Jun Bufan. The young man glanced at the well, thinking, it's not that Jun Ruashi can't leave this well, but when she does, the absence of suppression will cause disturbances. Perhaps the 6 emperors are worried it might attract outsiders or even draw the attention of the Dao lineage from the higher realms. Haha, what a coincidence. I don't want the higher realms to notice either. Such a vibrant aura. I might not need to devour and refine the innate divine beings after all. Perhaps I can reach the supreme realm now. Switching to another place, the two were riding horses at full speed. Jun Jiao spoke, "Xiao Wei, are you sure Xiao Fan has arrived here? This place is strange, even your dragon isn't at ease." Young Wei replied, "I heard he discovered a ruin and needs my help. The location should be correct." Jun Jiao asked, "How did Xiao Fan suddenly end up so far away?" Young Wei replied, "You'll have to ask him when you see him." Jun Jiao thought anxiously, Xiao Fan is indeed plotting something. We'll probe him later. Suddenly, from a distance, a shout from Jun Bufan came, "Sister Yue." Jun Jiao rushed over and asked, Xiao Fan, how did you end up here?" Jun Bufan calmly replied, "I heard a ruin is about to appear, but with limited power, I invited Yue to come." "Sister, why are you here too?" "Sister," Jun Jiao answered, "when I went back after picking tea, I found that father and everyone else were imprisoned by his Majesty. I didn't know what to do, but then I ran into Yue." "Xiao Fan, what should we do now?" Jun Bufan comforted her, "Sister, don't worry. This time, it might be because father didn't handle things well, which upset the queen." Jun Jiao muttered, "Then let's hurry back and find a way to rescue them. We shouldn't worry about this ruin anymore, okay?" Jun Bufan chuckled and replied, "Don't worry, after a while, the queen's anger will subside, and she should release father. After all, father has contributed a lot. Now that we're here, it'd be a shame not to check out this ruin. People say there's a mysterious gate here leading to the demon realm, with unparalleled opportunities. We can't delay any longer. Let's go." Jun Jiao remained silent after hearing that, and Young Wei thought, still not telling the truth. Then the 3 of them sped up and disappeared in an instant. After a while, Mo Changa and the others caught up. Mo Changa said, "It seems Jun Bufan and the others really found the correct path." Jiang Lichen asked, "Mo Changa, how did you manage to get Jun Jiao to obey? Even willing to do such things?" King Il just smiled slyly and answered, "Does it really matter?" Lichen laughed and said, "Oh, I guess you must have threatened their family. Am I right, Miss Bai?" Bai Liena replied, "Princess Lichen, your words are reckless, aren't you afraid of being killed?" Lichen shouted, "What am I afraid of?" But when she saw the monstrous expression on Mo Changa's face, she quickly said, "Forget it, I won't say more." Bai Liena continued, "It seems they've found the depths of the Forbidden Land. I'll go take a look." After saying that, she slowly disappeared. Mo Changa replied, Thank you, Liena. We'll go later." Switching to Jun Bufan's side, he walked and said, "Deep here should be the gate. I can already feel its aura. But this red mist is filled with Intense corrosiveness, as if it's from the 9 hells. Prolonged exposure would definitely bring disaster. Then he turned to ask, Xiao Wei, do you have any solution? Yu Wei immediately took out a magic artifact and began to activate it. While doing so, she secretly thought, Jun Bufan. Once the truth is revealed, helping you this time will also end the relationship between us. After thinking that, she shot the magic artifact forward. Wherever the artifact went, the red, dark aura was dispersed, and a wide path appeared before them. Jun Bufan couldn't help but say, Xiao Wei, great, as expected of you. The 3 of them then flew straight to a huge mysterious gate, and green aura kept emitting from within. After landing, Jun Bufan said, it's really here. Yu Wei said in confusion, what? What is this? The aura is truly terrifying. Jun Jiao also asked in surprise, is this the opportunity you were looking for? Jun Bufan excitedly said, look, that's right. Behind this gate lies the secret of the demon realm from 6,000 years ago. Jun Jiao was shocked after hearing that because she knew that the truth about her brother's soul being taken over was becoming more and more accurate. Yu Wei walked forward and asked, Jun Bufan, do you have a way to get inside? Jun Bufan smiled confidently and said, oh, of course. Then he thought for a moment, I thought it was a spice, but I didn't expect that the 6 stones my father gave me back then were actually the key. Suddenly, a sword flew from somewhere, accompanied by a loud shout, then handed over. Jun Bufan was very surprised, and he quickly chanted a spell to summon a magic artifact. He then threw it up to block the sword. A loud boom echoed, and the ground around them trembled as a powerful shockwave spread. It became clear that it was the cold, beautiful woman by Liener, who was charging towards them angrily. Jun Bufan thought in fear, by Liener. How did she find me? My pouch had clearly been checked. Yu Wei shouted, is she a near supreme being? Bai Liener, with a determined expression, shouted as she charged down, if you don't hand over the key today, you'll definitely die. As soon as she finished speaking, she split into 5 figures, each holding a sword and attacking in different directions. But Jun Bufan wasn't easy to deal with. He immediately released his magic artifact to defend. The power of the fan book acted like a shield, constantly surrounding Jun Bufan, and any sword energy from Bai Liener that touched it was deflected. Bai Liener angrily said, you think this can protect you for long? Jun Bufan replied, well, as long as I can enter this gate, this time is enough. Bai Liener glanced at the 2 people beside them and said, it seems you're not planning to care about their lives. Yu Wei felt the danger and immediately stood in front of Jun Jiao, her face full of fear. Jun Bufan shouted, you dare. If you touch a single hair on them, even if you hide to the ends of the earth, I will kill you. Bai Liener replied, are you planning to abandon them? You're truly heartless, but don't worry, once you enter, I'll give them a quick end. Jun Bufan shouted even more angrily, you dare threaten me? Bai Liener, you weren't like this before. If Uncle Bai Kun knew you were helping the bad guys now, what would he think? Bai Liener shouted in fury, shut up. My father believed your father's lies, and that's why my mother died early. I almost fell for your provocation. But the person who is going to deal with you has already arrived. As soon as the words were spoken, a snake's mouth appeared in the air, signaling that the boy was about to get a mouthful of mud. Jun Bufan thought in terror, that's Gu Chang'e. How did they catch up to us? Then, Gu Chang'e quietly stepped out from the spatial rift. He said with imposing grandeur, hand over the key, my little treasure. Kong Lushen, who was nearby, smugly thought. Always following Gu Chang'e around bullying others, never having to worry about the consequences, this feels so good. The people below screamed in fear, young master. Young master Chang'e. Yu Wei was even more shocked and thought, how is he here? Jun Bufan angrily thought, if I give the key to Gu Chang'e now, there will be no turning back. Forget it, I'll go in first. After saying that, the young man raised his leg, preparing to rush in. But Gu Shi immediately waved his hand, summoning Susanoo, holding the beautiful Jun Ruashi. Gu Chang'e spoke, don't be in such a hurry. If they're not enough, how about your own sister? Jun Ruashi was indeed not dead, she had only been lightly cut on the neck, probably beaten by Gu Changa to the point of being captured alive. She weakly called out, Buffon. Gu Changa continued, if you try to escape, I'll cut off her head immediately. Bai Lian and I witnessed this and thought to herself, using family members to threaten, this tactic is too familiar. Jun Buffon shouted angrily, sister. Gu Changa. You bastard. I will definitely kill you. Then, he launched a blast of ordinary book power towards Gu Changa. But Gu Shi just stood there, calmly drawing his sword, smirking and saying, overestimating yourself. In less than half a breath, Gu Changa shattered Jun Buffon's ordinary book power into pieces. Witnessing this, Jun Buffon was filled with extreme fear, shouting, Xian Yang Tian Dao. Uncle Yi. Did you kill Uncle Yi? Over there, Gu Changa controlled Susanoo to raise Jun Ruashi's arms, making her delicate figure sway in the wind. After pointing his sword at her neck, he asked, well. Choose. Jun Ruashi whispered, Buffon. Don't worry about me. Hurry and enter that door to find father. Only father can save you and take revenge for me. At that moment, Jun Buffon had become a helpless soldier. All he could do was stand there and shout desperately, sister. Gu Changa sneered and continued, your sister risked her life for you. If you abandon her now, you will be no different from a beast. After speaking, Gu Changa lightly pierced Jun Ruashi's side with the tip of his sword, and blood started to flow. Jun Buffon anxiously shouted, stop. I'll give it to you. I'll give you the key, but you must swear not to harm any of us. Gu Changa smirked and said proudly, good, the deal is settled. Scene transition. After a while, the three of them were sitting there. Gu Changa spoke, his cultivation has been sealed by me. You two stay here and watch them. After speaking, he picked up the key and studied it carefully, muttering to himself, actually, there's nothing special about it. It seems like some kind of beast scale. Kong Lushan curiously asked, what is that? But after being discovered by Gu Changa, she took a step back, feeling flustered, and turned to leave. After a while, Gu Changa finally opened the door and walked inside. Outside, two beautiful women were guarding. Jiang Lushan said, has he gone in? Bai Liener also spoke, he went in, no need to emphasize it every time. On the other side, as soon as Gu Changa left, Jun Buffon hurriedly sat up, quickly ran to the injured Jun Ruashi lying there, and shouted, sister, is she okay? Seeing her brother sweetly call someone else sister, Jun Jiao couldn't help but feel a bit heartbroken. But suddenly, Bai Liener stepped forward and struck Jun Buffon with a palm, sending him flying. He was hit so hard that he spat blood, and the young man shouted in fear, damn it, Bai Liener, what are you doing? Bai Liener glanced at him and coldly said, stay put and don't move. Jiang Lushan walked to the door and said, I've seen this kind of aura in the scriptures of the Tai Su divine clan. This is spiritual. See bone, which only appears after a peerless demon dies. The world inside this death gate is probably not simple. Then she suddenly remembered something and thought to herself, why should I worry about him? Dying inside is best. This way, the Tai Su divine clan will no longer have to worry. Scene transition to the inside of the death gate. Gu Changa was wandering around, looking around. He said, the source of the demon realm is probably in this space. As for the changes in luck for the 6 emperors, at most, they can only help 2 or 3 people cultivate and comprehend. If that's the case, internal strife is unavoidable. In the distance, there was the corpse of a massive monster, covered in wounds. Gu Changa thought, this red mist is likely a substance created after the death of a demon emperor. It carries incredible spirituality and wants to devour the flesh and blood of living beings. Let me use the Hongmeng Zi Jian to take a look. Then Gu Changa chanted a spell. The images that appeared from the Hongmeng Zi Jian seemed to be from 6,000 years ago. At that time, the demon emperors came here and fought an internal war, with both sides fiercely battling. Gu Changa thought, 2 emperor realms, for semi-emperors, were they killed just after stepping into the semi-emperor realm? The two who escaped are most likely the Xianyang Demon Emperor and Shi Jiao's mother, the Wuyu Demon Emperor. Oh, could it be that Shi Jiao, you are? Humph, I was worried they would unite to fight against foreign enemies. If the Demon Emperor is dead, everything will be much easier. Scene transition to another place. Several auras appeared on the dim mountain range. These auras grew stronger and illuminated the entire dark sky. In the cave on the mountain wall, various colored auras shot out from inside. This one is called the Qi Shao Demon Emperor. He spoke, someone has entered here. This is Shui Li Demon Emperor. She sat there, and although her posture was proud, she had to admit that 6,000 years of flying machines were still quite powerful. Haha. She spoke, could it be that Xianyang has brought in reinforcements? He promised not to reveal this matter, but he secretly left a message for his son, planning to kill us. Humph, after so many years, we've recovered, and we will kill as many as we can. The other one sitting nearby was the nameless Demon Emperor, who said, when this world matures, Xianyang and Wuyu will definitely not be able to control it. That will be their time of death. The scene shifts to another place, where some yellowish aura appeared on the mountain cliff. There was no one else inside, it was Xianyang Demon Emperor. He said excitedly, they've arrived. Wuyu appeared from the side and spoke, Brother Xianyang, is something the matter? Xianyang Demon Emperor replied. Just now, I felt the key I left for Fanner triggered the rules of this world, proving it has arrived here. Wuyu Demon Emperor was surprised, really? At this moment, Gu Chang'e was enjoying the body of the Demon Emperor and thought, in these 6,000 years, I've at least lost 70% of my original power. Fortunately, both sides are severely injured and are on guard against each other, which, in the end, benefits me. One more step and I'll reach the Supreme Realm. This feels great, really great. Do you think I look handsome and charming when I smile? After a while, Gu Chang'e followed the directions and flew off, found it. Seeing the target ahead, he accelerated toward it. In the cave, Xianyang Demon Emperor continued, back then, I left a bit of demon world essence and a law body for Bufan to guide him here. To cover this up and prevent Qi Shao and others from knowing, I spent quite a bit of effort. Now that the essence of the demon world is almost formed, it's just in time. Wuyu Demon Emperor continued, in these 6,000 years, it's truly pitiful for those two children, Shi Jiao and Bufan, they were childhood sweethearts, such a shame. Well, in the eyes of the upper realm, our demon world is no different from the lower realm. They can bully us however they want, isn't that because only Qi Shao and I are those who have attained the Tao? Our becoming immortals is the grand righteousness of the demon world, so what does it matter about these little emotional matters? Upon hearing Wuyu Demon Emperor change his attitude to agree, he added, indeed, if we can break through that realm, perhaps we can challenge the major forces of the upper realm. The two stood waiting and finally saw the purple light coming, oh, here it is. But recognizing it was not their child, the old Demon Emperor roared, not Fanner. Who are you? Gu Chang'e happened to fly in front of them, and the Demon Emperor unleashed his power and demanded, where did this scale come from? Gu Chang'e endured the pressure and explained, you two must be Xianyang Demon Emperor and Wuyu Demon Emperor, right? He thought to himself, the aura is stable and powerful, it looks like the 6 emperors' injuries are almost fully healed. The old Demon Emperor was also surprised by his question, you know our identities? Gu Chang'e respectfully replied, I am the young master of the Changqing Gu family, Gu Chang'e, paying respects to both demon emperors. The old demon emperor's momentum weakened upon hearing Gu family, no wonder you've reached the quasi-supreme realm at such a young age. Wuyu Demon Emperor thought to himself, how could such a strange genius appear with the demon worlds? Luck. At this moment, Xianyang Demon Emperor lowered his voice and asked, may I ask, young Master Gu, this scale? He continued, it's Fanner who asked me to come find you both. Today, he was captured by Queen Shi Jiao and cannot escape. Xian Yang, upon hearing this, did not believe it and said, "This matter is important. How can I trust you?"